Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. Like I said, I'll be back with another live. So here I am. Now we are going to jump into making the paneer and vegetable Thai red curry. Okay, so I have a wok. This is totally busted and broken, but I love it so much because it's just the best wok. It's very lightweight and yet it has a great surface that I can work on. Amita Basin, good afternoon. Welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. We are making the Thai, Indian style Thai paneer and vegetable red curry. We just finished making the basil fried rice and I'm letting it cool because I have to pack it and freeze it for somebody. So that's out there. I am going to get started with the next recipe, which is going to be our Thai red curry with vegetables and paneer. So let me just show you the prep really quickly, what all we need for this. We definitely have paneer. I have some cubes of this. The other prep is we have bell peppers. They have asked for zucchini to be put in their stir fry, so that in the curry, that's going to happen. We definitely need some green peppers that are chopped up. They also wanted some carrots, so we have carrots that are cut two ways and we're going to use both. There is also a few sprigs of basil that we're going to use. Of course, lots of garlic. There's ginger and tons of cilantro that's going to go in. In terms of the condiments, we are going to use the red curry paste. This is vegetarian. It also comes in smaller containers that you can buy from any Asian supermarket. I will be using a coconut milk. So we're going to jump right to the recipe, not waste any time at all. I'm going to use sriracha, which is the chili sauce. Some dark soy sauce is going to go in, as will some sesame oil all the way in the end. And I will be adding some Chinese 5-spice powder. From the masala box, which is more of the Indian touch, we will be using the paprika, which is the Kashmiri lal mirch. We will be using salt. Again, we will calibrate it because this paste already has some salt in it. I will be using dhania powder, which is coriander seed powder, and I may or may not use a little bit of the turmeric depending on how the color comes out. Okay, so now the trick to using these store-bought chili pastes or curry paste, whatever you use from the store, which is a sauce, right? It's kind of literally like a condensed saturated sauce. The way you activate this is you take as much as you need and you add it to hot oil. Okay, so that's the first step. And the hot oil actually gets it going. It actually activates it. You do that. Along with this, you're going to put in your garlic. So put in all your aromatics. Put in your garlic. Increase the heat too high. Put in the garlic. Put in the ginger. If you're doing any Chinese dish, you will start with garlic, ginger, and crushed chili flakes. If you're doing Thai, you're going to start with the ginger, the garlic, and whatever paste you're using, whether it's yellow curry paste, red curry paste. Hello, Tim. Hello, Julie. We are making a paneer and vegetable Thai curry today. So that's going on. I just finished making the fried rice. Hello, Seema Gulati. Welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to get this activated and get it started. Okay, so this, giving it a gentle stir, you'll see that the paste itself will actually also release a lot of oil, which is what we want, right? So once that's going and your garlic is not smelling raw anymore, sorry for my obsession with keeping this clean. Okay. The garlic shouldn't be raw anymore. Just give it a good stir in your wok. And you'll see it'll be bouncing around, which is totally fine. Jishali, hello, hello. Hi, Nana. Oh my God, it's been so long. How are you doing, Nana? Good to see you here. The next thing that's going to go in is the coconut milk. Not all of it, just a little bit. That's it. So coconut milk actually has a tendency to caramelize and sweeten everything. And it also balances out. The minute you put the coconut milk, you see all the oil gets drawn out, and the coconut milk itself, because it's very fatty, will also release a lot of oil, and that's where all the flavors getting captured. This is the time to add one more aromatic, which is going to be your basil leaves. Don't let them go in whole, just shred them with your hands so that the oils are released, and add it right into this mix. And you can see this is going to be a nice orangish color that you'll get. Add a little more coconut milk if you want, and keep it going. Okay, so Tim is saying, I'm enjoying your delicious food you made. Oh, really? Thank you, Tim. You are so sweet. So Tim actually got an order of eggplant and garlic cauliflower bites. So he's a happy camper right now. We did baby eggplants that were stuffed with masala. So that's what Tim got last week. Okay, so now when this is happening, we are going to go ahead and put in the vegetables that are going to take the longest. So we're going to add the onions early on because we want them to release their flavor into the curry. We are going to add in a handful of bell peppers because they're also in the category of aromatics. A little handful of other colors just for a visual contrast. They have requested zucchini in their curry and it needs time to cook, so we're going to add that. It took me at least 40 minutes to do all the prep. So, you know, Asian style food quick cooks really fast, but the prep takes forever. I'm going to put carrot 2 ways so they can get different textures of carrot. Gonna keep giving this a good stir. I'm trying to think, where is the cover for this pan? I'll find it, don't worry about it. Do not add any salt at this point, okay? Do not add the salt. Now, in order for this to cook, we are going to need to add some kind of liquid. I'm not going to add all of the coconut milk at this point because it tends to thicken really quickly. I will, however, go ahead and add more flavors. So they don't want it to be sweet, they want it to be medium spicy. So in goes the sriracha. The heat is medium. In goes the soy sauce. Don't put too much soy sauce because the curry needs to be red and not black. So just hold yourself back when you're trying to feel tempted to put more soy sauce. I put some chopped onions to give the curry a little more body and a little more texture. Okay, so zucchini and paneer and the bell peppers are going to be the mainstay of this dish. But the zucchinis need more time. Just make sure everything is well coated. Out of the Indian masalas, put the paprika. Put some coriander seed powder. Not too much because you don't want to overpower the flavoring that's already in here. And add a tad bit of turmeric. Then in goes a little bit of sugar. So Thai cooking always balances the sweet and the salty. So in goes a little bit of sugar. I'm also going to go ahead and add some Chinese 5-spice powder. And I'm going to go ahead and add some water. I will add water to this only to deglaze the pan and also to help the zucchini cook a little bit. Okay, so gonna give it a good stir. The zucchini should be crunchy, but it shouldn't be raw. So there's a very fine line to that. About 3 minutes of boiling is just way more than what you need in order to get it going. So right now it's not salty. All we have is the paste and we have some coconut milk and we have the water. We're going to let this steam and cook in its own heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let me grab the cover for this. So there are 2 ways that you can actually tenderize your vegetables. One, by depending on the steam that's generated from oil, and 2, by using the steam that's generated from water that you add in, so moisture. And I tend to depend a lot on moisture generated steam only because it's the healthier option. You can see it comes to the boil very quickly. I'm going to increase my heat. I won't be frying the paneer. A lot of places put fried paneer, but I just don't like to add those extra calories to the paneer. As it is, this is quite a calorie loaded dish with the coconut milk and whatnot. Okay, so at this time you can go ahead and taste it to see if it's sweet enough, spicy enough, salty enough. We haven't added salt, so whatever salt is in the dish right now has come from the soy sauce and from this pre-made curry paste. Okay, so if you're vegetarian, read these curry paste ingredients very carefully. This says vegetarian. A lot of times when you read the ingredients, it'll say shrimp paste, fish sauce, so that means it's not vegetarian. So be very careful when you buy these kind of things. There could be hidden ingredients that could steer you away from your vegetarianism, especially if it's like a religious thing. Then definitely read it very, very carefully. Okay, so this is coming to a rapid boil. I can take some questions if anybody has any questions about the food that we're making. I can take some questions. I can also show you some of the other prep that's going on in my kitchen. So this is all the prep that I did. I have to make the fried rice. I have to make some samosas with spinach and feta cheese. I have to make pav bhaji. So those are the onions and the curry leaves and bell peppers for the pav bhaji. I have to make a radish and yogurt dip, for which I've strained the yogurt, and this is all the liquid that comes out of it. Okay, so we are going to do that. I've chopped up some dill for that. So there is a lot of prep that's been happening, and before I got on the live, I was just hustling around to make sure that I had everything in order that I need so that I can make it quickly and get it out of the way. Okay, so it's been about, I think it's been about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes. Let's take a good look at it and see, is it getting tender, is it not getting tender? You can see it's boiling very rapidly, and even though I only added more water and less coconut milk, you can see that it tends to thicken up quite. Oh my god, it smells so good in here. You guys have to get in here and smell this. I mean, I wish there was smell-o-vision, because these aromas are not to be missed. Okay, so this is not even al dente yet. I'm going to go back and cover it back up so that it can get the time and the temperature that it needs to become al dente. And we are going to create a little bit of a sauce, which we are going to do right here. It's going to comprise of, hi Sarla, how are you? It's going to comprise of our coconut milk. Make sure when you use a can of coconut milk, give it a good shake before you open it, because a lot of times the fat and the cream settles on one side. Otherwise, just flip them upside down and leave it in a warm place for about 15 to 20 minutes to get the party started. Okay, so this is our coconut milk. To this, I'm going to go ahead and add some, you can either add chicken bouillon powder or you can add mushroom powder. If you're vegetarian, add mushroom powder. If you're not vegetarian and you eat everything, then add chicken bouillon powder. It just gives it that kick which usually comes from MSG, but it's without MSG, so it's the best umami that you can get without actually using MSG. Okay, so that goes in, and then into here I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. I'm going to add a little bit of paprika powder. If you like green chilies, you can always add that as well. So this is really where all of our flavor for the curry is happening. I'm going to go ahead and add some more sugar to this. And I don't know if you guys can hear, but I have Bollywood music playing in the background, so that's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna give it a good stir. I think this is now ready. You can see the oil is gonna start coming to the top, and so that's how you know that your curry is to the doneness that you need. The zucchini, oh my god, the zucchini is nice and soft. I think I went a little bit overboard. No, it's actually good. Some of them that were thinly sliced actually went a little over, but that's okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my green beans. Gonna add some more bell peppers into here. Some more colored peppers, like, hey, why not, right? It's supposed to be nice and colorful and vibrant. And all of the paneer goes in. If you're vegetarian, I mean, if you're vegan, you can always use tofu, or if you don't want to do tofu either, if you don't do soy, then you can totally skip the step and make this only with the vegetables and all of the other things that I'm showing you. Okay, so that's happened. Now is the time to go ahead and add. I hope you guys can see. If there's any problem with the view, then just drop it in the comment. Hi Sunita, hi Deepika. I think this is your first time. If this is your first time, make sure this is not your last time. Follow the page, like it and follow it, so that whenever I'm going live, you can always chime in and you can see what's cooking in the Queen's Curry Kitchen on any given day. I would love to have you in here. And this is the best way to do it. If you want to take a class with me online, it's on Zoom. You can always head over to my website and click on the list of classes. There is a class for everybody based on the level of skill that you have, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. These are the threads from the zucchini. So if you get any of these from the zucchini or from the onions, you can always take them out. Okay, now I'm going to allow this to simmer just a little bit. Now you can see it's already pretty thick, which means that by the time it comes out of the fridge, it's going to be even more thick, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to just put more water in this. It's going to help rinse the glass and draw out all of the remaining coconut milk. And it's going to add the necessary moisture that we need for our curry. So this is the consistency we are looking for when we serve, right? So when it's on the pan, you want to go a little bit thinner than this, because as it sits at room temperature, it's going to become a little more thick. Okay, so that's that. This is looking really, really good. Some people add maple syrup or honey to this. I don't recommend cooking honey because it makes it very toxic. So if you have to add honey, then add it after you've removed your dish from the flame. Do not add it in the cooking process. Maple syrup is a great option if you want to use that. That's really great. Okay, now this is going to simmer up. I am going to taste this for balance. Whenever you taste your Thai dishes, make sure there is a balance of sweet, sour, salty, tangy, and spicy. Okay, I don't want to make it super spicy because that's not how my friend wants to eat it. So I'm just going to honor her request. Whatever spiciness is there already from the red curry paste, that's what we're sticking to. I am going to give it a taste and see how it is. Like, not because I made it, but dude, it's so good. The balance of the ginger and the garlic is coming through. You can really taste all of the lemongrass. The notes are really, really pronounced. The sweetness and the creaminess of the coconut milk, the subtle aroma that it's giving to the dish is absolutely amazing. I am going to go ahead and add a couple of curry leaves to this. Yeah, don't ask me why. Well, I'm Indian, so I love curry leaves. But you can also go ahead and add more basil. I will, of course, go ahead and add a ton of cilantro. For Thai cooking, if you have cilantro stems, definitely use those. That's where the maximum flavor is packed. You want to not skimp on those at all. So I feel like this could use a little more salt, and I don't know yet if I should do that with soy sauce or with salt per se. I think I'm going to add a tad bit of soy sauce and a little bit of chili sauce. It's very, very not spicy right now, and which is kind of exactly how I like it. But my friend wants it to be medium spicy, right? Hello, Shobha. Hello, Buddha. How are you? Haridas, welcome, welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. We are making Indian style Thai vegetable and paneer curry. So just a blob of this right in the middle. I think she's going to be very pleased. So she's actually driving over by road and she wants me to make this food and she wants me to freeze it and then give it to her so that when she gets off the road, they can go into their Airbnb and warm this up and eat it for dinner. Okay, so I have to completely cool this and then put it in a box and then put it in the freezer. All right, so that's that. We're not going to overcook this at all. It's not required. If you want to garnish it with some bell peppers, you can do that. Just cut them really thin. Don't mind the size of my knife. All right, that's that. A couple of colored peppers for good measure. It's always nice to get a crunch, and you know, they just cook just a little bit in the steam that's coming from the curry, so that's perfect. Nice and colorful. Pairs beautifully. You see how as soon as I turned off the flame, it started to thicken. You can see now it's so thick. Imagine how much water we added, and we did not even use the entire can of coconut milk. So that's the beauty of this. It's a great dish. It's very pocket friendly. You can make this with even frozen vegetables and just use one vegetable that's fresh, and then for the others you can just put a whole bag of frozen vegetables. It works like a charm. This is our fried rice. I do have to cool it before I can freeze it. So this is our basil fried rice that we just made, and this is the Thai curry that came together just now. Okay, so within the time that it took for you to watch this thing, if you want it to be a little bit on the tart side, you can always add some lime juice to this and it'll work beautifully. I somehow don't like my dishes to be too tart. You can also add tamarind juice if you have that at home, but that's the way. Just check it for balance. It should be perfectly balanced between the salty, the sour, the sweet, the savory, and the spicy. So it should really be to your liking. You can always calibrate it. I can give you a written recipe, but so much of cooking is about intuition and whose palate you're trying to please. Okay, so this is done already. I am going to sign off because I do have to make a bunch of other things like I told you, and if you guys want to catch that on the live, then drop it in the comments below. I will do it on a live, otherwise I will just make it and get it over with. If you want to see the live videos for making the radish dip or for making the samosas, then drop it in the comments below. Here's your fried rice, here is your Thai curry. These two pair beautifully together. I hope you enjoyed your time here on the live. If you haven't followed me, follow this page, like this page, and also check out my website, queenscurrykitchen.com. There are classes, there are spice blends, and there is a meal delivery service for all the people that live in New York City. You can catch us on this page every week. Follow and like the page and turn on your notifications so you will know whenever we're going live. With that, I will say goodbye. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. Until then, be blissful and flavorful and enjoy your long weekend on this Labor Day. Take good care, you guys. Bye.